All of you have understood the process of transcription, translation properly.
Yes, sir.
It's not very difficult if you understand clearly, right? So the process is very clear, right? Transcription and translation, and that we have discussed about the central dogma of life. Okay. Shall we move ahead now? Small part is remaining. Let's complete that. Okay. Okay. Now, based on this transcription and translation that we have done, answer this question. Now, this is the same genetic code dictionary table which I'm showing you. Okay. You can refer to this and answer this question. Okay. There is a molecule of DNA. Okay. And I have given you the sequence of the sense strand. Okay. Remember, I am giving you the sequence of what? Sense strand. You have to tell, after it undergoes complete transcription and translation, what will be the sequence of the amino acids formed. Let me know if you are not understood the question first. Be on the screen, everyone.
Sir, can you please explain that question again?
Yes. See, the sequence which is given here, okay, this is the sequence of the sense strand of DNA. Okay, DNA has got two strands, sense and antisense. This one is of the sense strand. Okay, now you have to tell that this sequence of the sense strand will undergo transcription. There will be an mRNA produced. The mRNA will undergo translation, and there will be a sequence of amino acids in the protein produced. So based on this, you have to tell what is the sequence of the amino acids in the protein produced finally. You can refer to this genetic code table. Okay, that's the sense strand given. Understand? Try to answer that. Remain on the screen, everyone. Sundar, Harsha, Shivganga. It is like you have understood the concept properly, so you will be able to answer this.
Sir, Harsha just messaged me that she has some network issue.
Okay, no problem. If you have got the answer, you can put it up in the chat box. Dipali, it seems to be incorrect. There is some mistake in between. You have understood the technique, but there is one small mistake I can see. Check. Okay, okay. No, Dipali, it's correct. Fully correct. Good. Yeah. Good. What about others? One more minute. Come on. So Dipali also understood how that trick is, right? And it is interesting to solve this
Yes.
kind of questions, you know. This type of question can be given in any combination, you will be able to answer that now. Good. Yes, Sundar, Shivganga, Ishika. Shivganga and Sundar, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Okay, let me tell everyone, pay attention. See the sequence which I have given. Look here, everyone, be on the screen. Sundar, are you there? Okay. See, here this one what I have given is the sense strand. Sundar, there seems to be some mistake. We'll see. Okay, pay attention. Come on the screen, Sundar. See, this is the sense strand which is given. Correct? So you can find out the corresponding antisense strand. And it is the antisense which will give you the mRNA ultimately. But in the first question, if you remember, you know, the sequence in the mRNA is the same as the sequence in your sense strand. Because complementary, again complementary. So you are arriving at the same sequence. The only thing is, instead of T, there will be a U. So that means the sense strand which I have given you is itself the mRNA, or you can simply write the mRNA based on that by replacing T with U. So you are seeing the codons in front of you. The first codon is AUG. The question is asking for the sequence of amino acids, and it is there in front of you. The codon is over here, the amino acid is over here. So AUG is for which amino acid?
Methionine.
Methionine. First amino acid is clear. What about second one? mRNA sequence will be what? If it is AAC over here,
AAC.
will remain the same. AAC.
Asparagine.
It is ASN. Asparagine. What is the next one? Like that, you tell me.
CAC.
Yes, correct. So CAC will be for which amino acid?
Histidine.
It is histidine. Correct. HIS. What about next one?
GGA.
GGA. Very good. So what amino acid?
Glycine.
Glycine. It is glycine. GLY. And then
UAG.
Stop codon.
it is a stop codon. UAG. So it is stop. This is your answer. Getting it? It is asking for what? Sequence of amino acids. So you have got it. Methionine, asparagine, histidine, glycine, stop. So if the sense strand was given to you, you can directly find out the amino acid. Okay. So sense, antisense, mRNA codon, tRNA anticodon, amino acid. These are the 5 layers you need to remember. Getting it? So if any one of them is given, you can find out any other one. So if I give you the sequence of, if I give you the respective anticodons of the tRNA, you can also tell me the antisense or the sense strand. If I give you the sequence in the antisense, you can directly tell me the amino acid sequence. If I give you the amino acid sequence, you can tell me the sequence of the codons. Now you are understanding this properly? So it begins
Yes.
from sense strand, antisense strand, mRNA codons, tRNA anticodons, and amino acid sequence. Like that, any possible question can be given to you. You should be able to answer it. Is that perfectly clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
So that finishes the concept of central dogma of life. Okay. So just take a look at some interesting personalities who have been stalwarts in this work. Okay, some of the major ones as such, there are too many of them. So are you aware about this person, Gregor Johann Mendel? In 9th standard, you have
Yes.
studied about this person. Correct? He is known as the father of genetics. Okay, Gregor Johann Mendel. Similarly, there is another person called Hugo de Vries. This person is credited because he has explained something called mutation theory. Okay, this person has explained about mutation theory. Now, there's a small concept about mutation which all of you should remember. See, we have seen the sequence on the sense strand, the sequence on the antisense, the respective codons on the mRNA, anticodon, and the amino acid sequence. Okay, so if I have a given sequence of the DNA, okay, suppose due to any reason, if there is a change in any DNA part, a change, in fact, you can imagine change in say just one letter. Instead of a, suppose there is a G, it might happen. So what happens? The entire codon will change. The amino acid which was earlier brought, now it is a different amino acid brought. That is called as mutation. So mutation means what? If there is any change in the sequence of the new bases in a DNA or in an mRNA leading to difference in the amino acids which are brought, we call it mutation. So why does this mutation take place? It has got many reasons. Okay, there can be harmful chemicals, harmful radiations. If the cells are exposed to such radiations or chemicals, it can lead to mutation. Okay, So sometimes it might happen. There is a sequence in the mRNA. Okay, say it has got say 12 codons, after which there is a stop codon. So suppose a mutation takes place in any one of the codon in between. Okay, say 5th or the 6th codon. And the mutation changes in such a way that the 5th or the 6th becomes a stop codon now. So earlier there were 12 amino acids in the protein produced. Now there are only 5 amino acids. So there is a big change. That is mutation. Okay, so mutation can take place at the DNA level or even at the chromosome level. All these things were explained by this person called Hugo de Vries. He has given the understanding about mutation theory. Okay, understood the meaning of mutation, everyone? Okay, any one small
Yes,
change
sir.
and the entire sequence will just change. Okay, similarly, this person now. Okay, this one has understood. There were two people. Okay, Theodore Boveri and Walter Sutton. Okay, we call it as Sutton and Boveri theory. These two people in 1896 and 1902, they observed paired chromosomes in the cells of grasshopper. They observed the cells in the grasshopper and they observed chromosomes present in it. So they came up with something called Sutton and Boveri concept. Okay, just remember the names. Similarly, we have seen that there is something called genetic RNA and non-genetic RNA. Okay, so we know very well that genetic RNA means they don't have DNA at all, like this ongoing COVID-19 virus. They only have RNA in them. Okay, so the fact that DNA is the genetic material in almost every organism except in some viruses, this was explained by these three people. Oswald Overy, Macklin McCarthy, and Colin MacLeod. These three people explained this fact for the first time, that except in some viruses, all other living cells have DNA as the genetic material. 1944 mein they did this part. So you have to remember these names. Okay, there was a big discovery and a contribution, right? And then again, next, these two people, Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod in 1961. We have entirely discussed about central dogma today. That is also called protein synthesis. So protein synthesis in the case of bacterial cells were understood for the first time by these two people. Okay, in bacterial cell, how this entire transcription, translation, translocation takes place, that was explained by these two people in this lab, Jacob and Monod. Okay, and then as I mentioned earlier, if you remember, genetic code, which codon codes for which amino acid according to the dictionary that we have got today, that was explained for the first time for this Indian scientist. You remember the name I had mentioned? Dr. Hargobind
Yes, sir.
Khorana, right? This one in 1968. And he was given a Nobel Prize for this discovery. That was indeed a major discovery, right? Because that's the reason we are able to understand the basic principles of molecular biology very nicely. Getting it? Okay, so that finishes with the first part of your lesson, which is heredity. Okay, you all can just, yes, you all can just take a look at the textbook now, if you are having it. See the first and the second page of this lesson. Just take a glance at it and let me know whatever I have explained till now. Does that make sense from your textbook now? If you read through that in your textbook now things will be very clear. Don't you think? We have covered everything. Transcription, translation, translocation, mutation, all those points we have discussed. Can you see everything in your textbook? Is there anything I have missed out?
No, sir.
right? That's the reason this particular explanation always takes a little more time, because the concept is very important. Correct? Otherwise, if there is no genetic code dictionary, without explaining the structure of DNA, it is not possible to understand all this. Correct? So we are finished with that heredity part. Whenever is the next session, we will start with the second part of the lesson, that is evolution. They are very, very interesting concepts. The major part of your syllabus we have completed, you can say. The most difficult concept in your syllabus. Now remaining things are very easy to understand and very interesting also. That's the reason I always do this first, so that you have enough time to keep on practicing, right? So what I will do, based on this part till here that we have done, okay, I will upload this study material also for your reference in the Google Classroom. You can download, you can read from that and read from your textbook also. Okay, so I will be posting one Google form test, online test, which will have only multiple choice questions. Multiple choice and one sentence answer, which you can fill up directly there itself. Okay, or maybe only multiple choice, whatever way it is possible. Everybody will attempt that. You will be submitting the online form there itself. Immediately you will come to know your marks. Okay, you will come to know the correct answers for every question also when you solve it. Is that okay, everyone? Okay, so probably
Yes.
by Monday or
Yes.
Tuesday, I will be passing on that test. I will be uploading that test in the Google Classroom itself.